again. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I told you all I'd be right back. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels. And folks, when I told you there was going to be mudslinging during Autism Awareness Month, I was not kidding, and it has begun. Okay, so what am I talking about? Well, let me pull this up. This is from Autistic Twitter. This is coming courtesy of Sarah Boone. Now, let's go ahead and click on her tweet. Sarah Boone says, "We need to talk about this because its stigmatizing paragraph goes against everything we're advocating for. Autism acceptance at BBC News." So BBC News just put this out. It says, autism debate. 3 experts agreed that Hammam was autistic and that this was relevant to his interest in fascism, an ideology historically associated with order and structure. See what I mean? Do you see what I mean? So, it has been a trend in the media going all the way back to the Columbine shooting days to blame autism as a reason for or as a fundamental thing that contributes to violent crimes, whether they are racially motivated or just out and out murder. It was even mentioned not long after the horrific and horrible massacre at Sandy Hook. Sorry, Chromo S is doing its thing. One day, I will have an edit button. So, this has been a trend since the 90s, folks. They like to blame autism and autistic people and people with the diagnosis in regards to violent crimes. What they don't tell you is more often than not, there are comorbid diagnoses or mental health issues involved. But as that doesn't sell, they just want to blame autism, which feeds into their narrative that autism needs to be fixed, cured, whatever, and it validates them in dehumanizing thousands and thousands of people. So, here are the facts, okay? Here are the facts about the majority of autistic people. Yes, we love order. We love structure. But a good majority of us are going to find nonviolent means in our own personal lives in order to have order and structure. We're not going to go digging through the internet and the dark side of the web in order to find it. We're mostly logical beings. Most of us are not just not violent, but are very anti-violence. Many of us are a part of more advocacy than just advocating for ourselves and our fellows. Many are a part of the Black Lives Matter movement. Many are a part of transgenders' rights are human rights. Disability rights are human rights. And they are against any discrimination or violence towards any minority, period, point blank. And when they see violence in the news, it's actually very horrifying and even triggering to many of us. That's just a fact. When you have a shooting at a shopping mall, for example, that makes us actually more fearful to go out our door. We'll actually fixate on that. And our anxiety and our social phobias will become a major problem. So, when you have the media constantly either highlighting the tragedy inspiration porn, or continuing to hammer on this idea that we are basically violent psychopaths with no empathy, no morals, and no cares about our fellow human beings, you are literally dehumanizing millions of people all around the globe. And it's all to reinforce this autism speaks bullshit that we need to be cured, need to be fixed, need to be eradicated. It sheds away from us our autonomy, our humanity, and our right to be as we are. And we deal with this in many ways every single Autism Awareness Month. We get to see commercials from Autism Speaks where parents so panicked due to the media displays of people with autism that they think it is better to drive us and them off a bridge than for us to continue to live on. You see the problem here, right? You see the problem here. When I get reports at least once a week, if not more, of filicide against people with autism or any other neurodiverse diagnosis, it all feeds in. It all stems from things like this here. Just like this. Just like this. It is a cultivated culture of fear against a diagnosis. It's positively insane. It's positively insane. So, when you are dealing with this level of prejudice, and it is coming from your media sources, what can the average autistic Joe Schmo do with that level of prejudice? Because this impacts our community and how we are viewed within it, folks. This impacts potential employers, our schools, our universities, our colleges. How do we get around this cultivated culture of fear when it comes to autistic people? All we can do is live our lives and continue to get our voices out there. But we need more than just our voices. We need regular, neurotypical, if you will, people. We need parents that are not feeding into this culture of fear, martyrdom, and tragedy to make their voices heard on a large scale. The media is shouting loud on an international scale. So must we. So must we. We need to use our numbers, use our allies. Because if we don't, and we remain quiet, that prejudice and the hatred that it cultivates and the misunderstanding it cultivates towards people like me will continue. All right, folks, that's all I got for this one. As promised, there will be one more video. That word doesn't mean what you think it means. Autism Awareness Month edition coming up right after this. As always, folks, we don't get many views on this channel. And the few views that we do get do tend to get removed by YouTube. So if you could, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, don't forget to hit the comments. As I said in my last vid, it does sometimes take me a moment to get my software to go ahead and close out. So if you bear with me here. By the way, we do thank you for this time this afternoon. And as always, folks, we do hope you have a good one. Bye-bye. Sorry, still working on it. Okay, well, I'm trying to get the stop button pulled up. I'm just going to go on mute. Freaking seriously? Come on.